Hi everyone and welcome to another video. We're looking at how did the thematic elements of this new sequel kind of develop and what were the things that we were trying to achieve. Now, why don't you tell us a bit about the church and their interactions with the Romans?
Yes, so the way that the church operates in the Roman oppression game, in the competitive game, is that the church, although it's being persecuted by the Romans, wants to help the Roman people, wants to see these Roman people saved and bless them with particular blessings. The Roman people will then become more open to the gospel. So there'll be the church is then praying that God will intervene and make some miracle happen where these people become saved.
Exactly. They didn't start that way. I mean, as we began, we were trying to develop like how, you got two sides, right? So initially you think, well, the Romans are attacking the church and knocking their spirit down was our initial conception. And then we were like, well, the church can do something, maybe pray. Before we had it so the Romans had like a subjugation level. So if there was high subjugation, they were winning. Low subjugation, they weren't. They would also be building kind of buildings and stuff. And we're like, oh, maybe the church can do stuff to get rid of the buildings. And they were like, hold on a minute. The church doesn't really like destroy buildings and ruin the state kind of thing. That's not how it works. And also, even when we were like, its subjugation is their kind of hit points and we're taking those away, it still felt like the church is basically attacking the hit points of the Romans, and we're like, this doesn't feel.
We can't do that.
It wasn't right.
No. So we thought about having sort of like a tug of war where so that you each side would be trying to get points that would allow them to win against the other. But we decided that's not really right because it did give us this feel that the church was attacking the Roman state.
Yeah,
just didn't work.
Directly contending with them, and it's not like that. We're like, no. Actually, it's not like that. And then we had this idea about other games that are asymmetric, and that was like a really good light bulb moment about the asymmetry of the game, what they're after, and the way in which they oppose each other. We wanted to be really careful that the things that the church were doing were beneficial, and so it's not just a case of the church get blessings which they like put, and that gives you like 1 point of blessing, 2 points of blessing, 10 points of blessing, you win. We decided that the Romans are going to get trouble cards, sins, demonic possession, conflicts within the Roman state, and the Romans have these sins and conflicts, but they can't deal with them. They can't cast out demons. They just get demonic possession and sin. They can't deal with it. The only people that can deal with it is the church. Now, when you get a trouble card which attaches onto somebody, it might incapacitate them. It means this character can no longer arrest, okay? The Christian church is then going to be able to come along and remove that sin, like let's say it's fear. That means they literally are now more able to persecute you because they're now able to arrest you when they weren't before because they're not as fearful. But nevertheless, you're healing them, you're making them better.
You're helping them, but unfortunately, it gives them utility to come and
it does. And it means that if they're still your enemy, you're helping your enemy. You'll recover. There's a lot of them they're sick. Your enemy is sick. You heal them, and now they're able to come and oppress you some more. But they become blessed and they become open to the gospel, like Paul was saying. God being able to come along and with a theophany just call those people who, they were sick and they were miraculously healed, and God appears to them and they're like, okay, and then they come over to the church. That is what is happening in order to help the two sides be different, but so that there isn't this kind of direct opposition. So yeah, that's just a few little things about how we were developing the themes within the new game. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching.
Bye.